Hello, back for another live stream this afternoon. It is Thursday, May 8th, 2025. So thought I would do another live stream here. Um, One of the same properties. I've done live streams in the past. Getting to the more and more I do these live streams, the more I'm starting to figure out a pattern of which houses I can do them at easily, in terms of neighborhoods with like good cell service and stuff like that. So, anyways, let's get to it. This is one that I moat with the Xmark Navigator. So let's get started. I flip my camera around the back, and just gonna take my battery bank off the phone. And then head out. Lawns are really starting to pop. Got my safety glasses on. Yeah, so this should be a familiar lawn that I've done live streams on in the past. Like I said, I'm starting to, the more and more I do live streams, to recognize like some places where I can absolutely do live streams, and some places where, in terms of like cellular signal, doesn't work out well, or there's always more issues. That's why you'll tend to see now more and more of the live streams being at the same locations. But I guess that's alright. It gives me more of a regular routine as well. There's some places where this doesn't work out at all, and I can't ever do them there. So put this camera down a little bit more, get a better angle of what I'm doing around those stones. This is one that I use I use bigger mowers on. So one downside would be, of course, the noise, but the noise cancellation on the microphone should help out with at least some of the noise. It just makes my talking a little bit more kind of echo chamber sounding. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know where you're listening from, watching from. to get warm. I have to peel off the hoodie. A nice little breeze right now. Isn't that funny? Just about to complain that it was warm, getting too hot, and then the Lord provides a nice cool breeze. It's picking up a little bit there. Nice big wide gate. So you get the bigger mowers in there. Again, if there's any questions or comments, I got the sun in my back at times. Can't really see the screen, so I purposely kind of take a pause to look at it. More stones, more sunken stepping stones. That would be one of the more annoying things I have to deal with. These types of stepping stones. I saw in the last live stream that I did earlier this morning, same thing. Where they're just placed in the ground. But because of all the rain, they just tend to sink over time. They're not prepped, not compacted, not sand or like a rock, limestone base put down. People just throw them on the dirt and they just get compressed over time. And then that causes the grass to grow right over them, of course. lot of extra trimming to on those types. Something to watch out for when you're quoting lines. It has these types of stepping stones. If you can see that they're sinking or half sunk, then you're going to be doing a lot of extra trimming versus whether, if they're like flush mounted and stuff. It's a lot faster. Oh, goodness. Lawns in this neighborhood are all hills and slopes. Add a little bit of complexity to it, depending on the equipment you're using. Require that. As mentioned on the morning live stream, I ordered a tripod, one that I think will work good for live streaming, where I can still have this kind of POV style, but then set that up. It folds up pretty discreetly, and I can maybe even put it in my back pocket or side pocket of these Milwaukee flex pants, flex work pants. Got lots of pockets and stuff on the sides. And then be able to put it out on the lawn where I can switch between having a camera stream around the neck like you're seeing now to getting a wider angle shot. Although on this lawn here, I should be able to move the camera from my trailer to maybe in the back here. There's a tripod that I could kind of rest the camera on to get a view. Still kind of tweaking the live stream setup, seeing what works, what doesn't work, what works best. All right, time to unload the navigator. for those of you always, one of the common questions I get is why I don't take the guards off my string trimmer. Oh, that's why. Because I use the guard like a hook to basically hang the string trimmer off the trailer when I'm opening things around, so I don't have to bend over and pick it up off the ground. See if I can take my safety glasses off now. I've done the string trimming so I can see the screen a little bit better. Reach into one of my mini pockets, grab the key. Okay, it's going to be a little bit noisier now. I'm going to take my ratchet straps off, put them away. Yes, I'm paranoid. I do have spare straps, but one way not to have stuff stolen is to not leave it exposed. So navigator, checking my bins, both empty. I think I'm good for fuel. Oh yeah, this half a tank. All right, let's get started here. So again, this motor is going to be a lot noisier. Get my glasses off. Once I start that blower system, and then once I do the perimeter of the lawn, then I'll take the camera off and put it on my trailer so you guys can get a different angle. Kind of slopes down. And then ride it sideways without going into the little trench there. Doesn't look as bad on camera, but it's kind of sitting crooked. Trying to keep my center of gravity up. So all these little stones kind of hit. So once I do my next just perimeter, then I'll take the camera off, give you guys a wider view as I do the stripes. Gives myself a little bit of a wider berth to be able to turn around at the end of stripes. Just 1 second. Gotta take off the headphones and stuff. All right, so should be able to give you guys a better view now. I'm farther away. Let me see how much this is covering. That should be good for now. And the mic should still be connected via Bluetooth. Enjoy the move. Again, this is a really good lawn to demonstrate the articulating deck on this Navigator. As it goes over these hills, you'll see the deck flexing independently of the mower or tractor, I guess they call the back portion. Especially in the next stripe as I come down, there's a bit of a divot there. So here, watch how the deck pivots here. Coming up right here. So see it stretching. Now it's going to compress. So it's following all those contours. So that's why this deck doesn't have any like anti-scalp rollers, because the whole deck just floats and pivots, articulating over even side to side. The deck can float. So like here, these are really great mowers. The biggest downside is just the noise. So much louder with the that extra blower system than the standard like, zero turn that's just turning blades. Getting some good growth off this lawn off of 1 week. Nice clean cut in one pass. That vacuum system. Not sure if I'm in view at the moment, but I only have a little bit left here, so I'm not going to bother stopping to get up and move the camera at the moment. Just bear with me. Almost done. One little patch left. All right. Get you guys down low. an interesting view down low. Normally I would maybe dump at this point, but I think what I might do is just leave it. See if there's enough to set the alarm this time. Set off the full alarm. So you guys can hear how that works. So I'm going back and forth in this area because it's still a problem spot that tends to wreck. So I'm just trying to take it easy. And then once I'm done this kind of quadrant or perimeter, then I can probably grab a garbage can and use that as a tripod. All right, that should work. I'm going to grab a garbage can and then give you guys a different view. That way it just makes it a little bit more interesting. So I will wheel this over here, up on this bark mulch. Yeah. And I can put this up here. So hopefully give you guys a better look at things. So I'm still continuing on the perimeter. And then work on the middle section. This bottom one you can't see, but it's equal to the front where I'm kind of sitting on an angle here now. And trying to keep the machine from going into the little trench. You had a view for a little bit. Bear with me. I'm actually back in the front yard, turning around through the gate and coming back through. Should be visible now. beautiful day. Beautiful day. Get this little patch here. It's difficult getting ultra perfect stripes with it being so lumpy and bumpy. You can probably tell by the big caboose on this machine, how it's flexing around because of the lumps and bumps. So you're constantly adjusting the steering, trying to keep it steady. Which means you mow a lot slower as well on these rough lawns. So this is what I kind of hope to achieve with purchasing that tripod that I've got on order. To be able to do this sort of thing on other properties where I can take it off my neck, put it on the tripod, and kind of show a different view as well. And kind of leave any questions and stuff for me. I can't answer them at the time. I gotta do this little section here, and then I'll be back at the top over there again. This lawn kind of wraps around the house. Seems to be more grass than last week, but still not setting off any full alarms on this machine. This machine can hold 9.5 bushels grass clippings. Yeah, there's the whole bottom half done. I just got that top perimeter there. So, see if I can come up there and tilt the camera. This is that trouble spot here. Take it easy. I'm not even going to do stripes, I don't think, over here, just because to minimize the amount of turning and pivoting I have to do. I'll just do it the true Canadian way, like a hockey Zamboni. Now it's getting tight, so I gotta take a slight turn. We gotta be close to full, I would think. Still no alarms. There we go, managed to fit the entire front and back one in the hopper. And then back up to swing that tail wheel underneath the machine. Managed to get all of that front and back in that big capacity hopper, which is nice. Ugh. Looks like we got a question. Landon I can't even. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name. MRAC. Marak. Thoughts on the Navigator versus the Walker? Great question. I've had both. I owned a Walker that I bought brand new in 2007. Awesome machine. I would say, honestly, the Navigator is a heavier duty built machine. The Navigator has some design features that make it much better, I believe, like the bigger deck. You see how deep the deck is? If you look at any Walker, you'll notice that it's a lot shallower deck. I noticed on the Walker that the deck would clog a lot more often. On this Navigator, it's very difficult to clog it. Even I have videos on my channel of like wet, nasty leaves covered, like piles of leaves in the rain, and it just sucks it all up. So overall, I think the Navigator for me wins. There's some other things too, like the position of the motor. On the Navigator, it's this way with the muffler in the back. On the Walkers, it's sideways with the muffler on the side. The difference there is that with this one, the fan in the front is drawing in air. That airflow is also cooling the hydros at the same time, and then it's exiting out the back. The Walkers are known, I don't know about the new ones, but the older ones, when I had them, were known for the motors to basically prematurely die because they overheat. So this one has that kind of feature. This one, the gas tank here, there's a bolt right there. You can unbolt, and the gas tank on the back side here is on hinges. So this swings completely out so that you have full access to the side of the motor for servicing, which is an awesome feature. What else? This one has built-in mulching if you want. There's baffles underneath the deck that you can adjust. So you can close off the chute to mulch or open it up, or do a combination of both. Have it bag some, but mulch some. I don't know, there's just a bunch of things that they took. Obviously, Walker invented this style of mower, but there's a bunch of things that Exmark took about that and made better, is my thoughts on it. Where the downside with the Navigator is there's no real options for it, right? It comes in 2 deck sizes and that's it. They don't have all the attachments and stuff. Even though the deck comes off and everything exactly like a Navigator, there's no attachments that you can get for it that I've seen, like aftermarket. And there's only the 2 deck sizes, a 42 and a 46. Where the Navigator, the Walkers, you can get massive 60-inch decks for using the same tractor all the way down to like a 36-inch. In terms of clippings, they both fill very well. Let's see here. A little bit different system inside, but both completely fill up. I'm using the optional dump bins. The Walker, they have the same similar bins that you can buy for it as well. The other nice thing too with the Walker or the Navigator is that the screen on top here, you can kind of see the hole size there. those little like honeycomb shaped holes. This is the only screen they have, is this one. On the walker they have two. They have the one that comes with it, has I believe 1/4 inch holes, and then there's an optional one that you can buy that's 1 inch holes. And the idea is when you're mowing in really tough conditions, you're supposed to swap out this screen and put the one with the larger holes in it, so that more airflow, because you can see how it, it'll fill up. So that will allow more airflow to go in those wet conditions. What the Navigator does is there's a whole front section of that screen right here that is removable, so a whole strip of it. So they give you that one screen that works 99. Actually, I've never even in the wet leaves, I've never had to remove that front section. But it's an option. So you have this one deck or one screen. There's no other things to buy. Where the walker, you have to buy the other one optional if you want it. If you notice that it is starting to clog or something, it's just wing nuts that you undo by hand and pull out that front section so that airflow can get past any like clogs in the screen. So other than that, it's pretty decent. So I'm going to put some of this into this first bin. Then I'm going to swap them out and put some into the other bin. Trying to go slow so that it's not all just flying out. Again, these bins are just optional. These are made for this Navigator, obviously. Like I said, Walker sells the same for theirs, made for their bin. And essentially, it's for using if you're dumping grass into like bins instead of in your trailer or something like that. On the next property that I do, they have a compost pile. So with that one, before I start mowing, I take the bins out and just fill the hopper directly, and then I just pull up to the compost with the Navigator and then just dump directly into the compost pile. It's a little awkward here the way they have these bins set up. There's like a little curb thing that makes them teeter. So you can see here, when I finish, I back the mower up because there's always still grass left behind. So I back up so that tail wheel is tucked underneath the machine. That way I can get this bin right up to it and then dump as much more of the stuff that you can get a power dump option for this as well. We go right here in this little section. So the other difference between the Walker and the Navigator is with the Navigator they just have one big large opening for the clippings to come out. With the Navigator or Walker, it's a small little opening and it actually turns and articulates to fill. Both work fine. This is the alarm. So as your grass clippings pile up and they touch this and push that will turn on that little alarm there, which is right behind your head, and it starts to beep to tell you that it's full. Inside you can see that section. There's that removable section of screen there if you get into a situation where it's difficult to. As you can see here, this box here is shaped a little bit differently because of the outlet there, so that it fits right in there exactly as needed. Got a little bit of extra grass here. You can see that fell out. Stuff that usually comes out when you open the door. The other thing I've done in the past is put a tarp down so that when you open it, then that bit of grass there is on the tarp. But it's not a big deal. Just kind of grab a couple handfuls. All right, back to the trailer to load up. So actually, I'm going to put this back on my neck. Bear with me. All right, back. Load this up and then grab the blower. So this mower I have to back in. Straighten it a little bit. I always just try to center my trailer there, try to get it centered between the deck. And you can see how much that mowing deck sticks out past my trailer. So if it wasn't for the folding articulating deck, I would not be able to get the machine in there. So I just gotta grab my straps. Very tight little trailer, but it's perfect for those little neighborhoods I work in. Sometimes it's too big when it comes to parking. Can't see where the phone keeps swinging in my line of vision. Just pull those releases there on each side, pins, and then grab the handle, tilt the deck up, and there we go. And I just they have a little catch here that you can hook the deck, but it tends to sit more forward. So I just use the straps around the legs, caster legs or arms or whatever you want to call that. This machine could use a wash as well. Still filthy from leaf season. It was so wet last fall that at the end of leaf season I just ended up putting the machine away and didn't even clean it. So you can see now the difference there with the deck folded up, how I can fit it in the little trailer. That's those. So Milwaukee backpack blower. Nice little unit. As I mentioned, probably like mid power, I would say, compared to like some of the bigger gas ones. This one's 600 CFM, where some of the bigger gas ones now are in the well over 1,000 CFM. This one's 20 newtons, and I think the biggest ones on the market are like 40 newtons. So this one's like right in the middle of the road backpack blowers. I like the 4 battery system. That's nice because it allows you to run 2 batteries only. Because even though it's an M18 unit, like this is M18, it requires 2 batteries, so it's actually a 36 volt backpack blower. But it's nice because you can put 2 batteries on it, minimum, and save weight and still get the full power. Or you can load up 2 extra batteries in the bottom there and double the runtime. So nice little unit. The only thing I don't like about it so far is just this little fabric handle. I wish it was just part of the plastic, like molded into the plastic there. Although I see you can stick it's not a handle, but you could grab through there. But it'd be nice if they just kind of made a molded handle. Variable speed trigger on it is really nice. So I just leave it on the full, go in the shade here. Just leave it on the full power. There all the time you can see you got 2 fuel gauges. One at the top for batteries 1 and 2, and then the other one is for the optional 3 and 4 batteries. So you can see the battery levels of those 2 different banks. and love the adjustable tube. Never had a blower with that. I know steel blowers have adjustable tubes. Um, until I used this one, never realized the benefit of that. But because I'm so short, I can like really have that. I have that adjusted like just perfect, where standing, it's not dragging on the floor, even if I don't have my hands on it. Whereas the Crest one I had before, it wasn't adjustable. Or not that I had before, I still have the Crest, but it's what I was using before. It wasn't adjustable, so if I had my hands full in like situations where I have to park farther away, and if I want to save time and just carry like the string trimmer in one hand and push the mower with the other hand, the Crest wouldn't allow me to do that, because then the tube would start dragging on the ground and be pulling behind me. Where this one I can walk, you can see it's because you can adjust that. So I've got it at a length where it doesn't touch the ground. It's a nice little feature that I've never had on a backpack blower, that I never really thought of until I started using it. How nice that is. So the mow turned out pretty good. Pull off that spot where that grass was dumped. And then I'm going to wheel out these bins to the front, make them easier for the client to take them out on garbage day. City picks up every week, but when they're pretty full, I will split up the load between, you see there's another green bin there, but I'll split up the load between the two big bins so it's easier to roll. And I'll bring them out here. So that they don't have to bring them up over the steps and step there and stuff. They can just wheel them down their driveway. So far in this sort of a situation where you can see, like, I'm just blowing grass clippings, the mess that I've created. And I've been using the blower today all day. And you can see it still hasn't even dropped 1 bar for batteries. I'm using 2 8 amp hour Forge batteries. So for stuff like this, it's so lightweight, plenty of power. Oh, look, I just dropped one. Finally dropped a bar after using it for the last 6 houses. So that's pretty darn good. Let's try that. Yeah, see, you can lift it there, but it's not comfortable for me. It'd be nice if I could put my fingers in this side, because that's kind of the natural way for me to pick it up. So I just wish they had a molded handle that came over the top. The Crest was like this too, with like the fabric handle. Don't like it. I like the firm, like molded handles, like the like Echo, you know, PB 770s and 9010s and all the steel blowers, BR 900s and 800s have the kind of molded handle just for that type of weight. Just easier to control if it's not flopping around. And then all that's left is to go put the receipt for last month's invoice in the door. All my clients pay credit card on file, so I just do the bills at the end of the month. And put a copy in the door. And it's just itemized. Shows the days I was here last month and what I did. Of course, the clients they all know what to expect on their bill because I never do anything that they haven't asked me to do. So they know what to expect. And they know what day I'm generally here. Pretty reliable. On the same day, occasionally I'll move a mow forward or back a day. But for the most part, I am here on the day that I said I'm going to be. So this one's always a Thursday cut. So if there's not any other questions, that's probably going to be it for this one. I've got my large commercial property to go do now, the farm one. I've done